Welcome back to Pisces TV with Montana B. This is your love reading, Pisces, for the collective, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, wherever Pisces may fall in your chart or in your environment. Keep in mind that tarot is entertainment. It may or may not resonate with everyone, and if it doesn't, check other aspects of your chart. Take a look at some of my other videos. The Daily Vibe has been posted, and we have some super cool stuff that's been coming out for the last week or so. Also, making some upgrades and changes to the tarot course. If you're interested in that, there is a link in the description box that tells you how to contact me, go to the store, and much, much more. The extended to this video will be made available in the member section, so check that out. There's a link to Patreon below. And here on YouTube, we have the community board, which is so essential. As I always say, it's like the description box ultravex, right? A lot of stuff there. Okay, we have the merchandise and member section, if I didn't already say that, and I have been quietly shuffling in the background just to refresh the cards. Okay, so as we get started, if you did watch the Daily Vibe, spoiler alert, if you didn't, there's a lot going on in the transiting of the moon with Jupiter, Saturn, Chiron, and where many other aspects may fall in your chart, like Aries. The moon is now in Aries. We have some Aquarian energy, and we're going to talk about all of those things. So if you were attracted to the thumbnail as much as I was, notice that we have the energy of Medusa, which may have stemmed from the Hindu goddess Kali Ma, or many religions and spiritualities have their aspect of it, even Shiva, right? Which is so cool because Shiva does represent this balance of, or the stone at least, because I have one. It's said to help with the feminine, masculine aspects, and it brings everything into a balance of some sort. So as Mars and Venus have been, I like to say pushing and shoving, but it could just feel like that, where we've been going through transformations in our relationships as well as our internal aspects of ourselves. Right? So what the divine feminine energy represents, what the divine masculine energy represents, and this could be with the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, doing some things to our twin flames, doing some things with your spiritual growth and your path, and it's doing some things on this planet for the collective. So just depending on your natal chart, how it's affecting you, your person, or the people in your surroundings, could get quite interesting. Okay, if you checked out the Daily Vibe, you may have seen excuse me, not the Daily Vibe, the moon card, the Moon Day Monday, right? Every Monday we do a reading specifically for moon, and sometimes people even say when you're looking into your love life that, you know, not only the sun sign but your moon and Venus sign could help. So hey, for those of you that aren't into astrology, that moon video could help talk about your relationships. But it's just the moon phase, like I said, what the moon is doing, and because I love you, how it could affect Pisces. So that said, we had a few different transits. Some of you are healing things and feeling more confident. Others of you may be having memory lane nostalgia, and that nitpicky thing that you just can't seem to release may be highlighted at this moment. Others of us, for the majority, there could be impulsiveness. Okay, impulsiveness in standing up for yourself and getting away from the old, rushing into something else, or wanting, too impulsively something else. And then others of us being impulsive with those past situations where I laugh because I'm not trying to be like disrespectful, and I know that it's a very serious thing, but I'm inappropriate, and you guys know that I giggle over everything, so I'm so sorry. But when I was going to say that bipolar energy, and it could even be the Midhaven North Node and South Node, that's been coming up in my reports too, but it's just an energy of quick to get rid of or quick to run back, some back and forth communication as Mercury is in retrograde, and just it kind of feels Scorpio to me, because Scorpio moons usually talk about those impulsive energies. And so it's not as it's not Scorpio, let's just say that, but there is a little bit of energy in Aquarius. And I don't know if you guys have any Aries people in your environment, but they could tend to be a little bit interesting to me. Not trying to be biased about their love lives. Okay, they a little open. All right, from my personal experiences and what I know to be true about Aquarius moon, Aries moon, like Aquarius, they like a lot of freedom and independence. So third party situations may be highlighted here, and I only say that because the Aries that I know, they don't really have exes. They tend to kind of just deal with them and their friends at one point, and then they may have a lover, but then those past lovers are still friends. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about third party relationships, past, present, future, impulsiveness, independence, healing, memories, Mercury retrograde, things could get crazy. Not to mention those of you that aren't in situations or relationships and kind of like unbothered by love right now. You just came because you liked the thumbnail or wanted to see what was up. There's some changes within you where you may be more dominant in areas and more submissive or feminine and wise in certain areas. Some of you may be focusing on new partnerships and finances where you're feeling confident and focused on stability and security, because we just got out of a lot of Capricorn stuff. So let's pull some cards. All right, I wanted to share that with the collective, but like I said, if you are interested in the extended to wherever this video is going to go, that link to Patreon is below. So, okay, in the current energy, I would not be impulsive here. All right, we're going to talk about that. What's crossing this current energy? Possible challenge or challenge to be accepted. I saw this card twice when I was shuffling. Right. Here we are. I like the Three of Pentacles because it's not the Three of Swords. It's not the Three of Cups, but it could talk about, something that ain't my cup of tea, where we learn to work through our differences and kind of like all work together. That's cool. But the Aries that I know and their lovers and their friends all kind of being intertwined in this bowl of harmony ain't for me. So first cards to come out, if you see here on the table, and we will continue the spread like I said, but I wanted to get the current energy, what's crossing it, and what you need to know. So what I just said could be something that you need to know, but there's always two sides to a story. Now, many readings, many meanings. Okay, so take from it what you may. The Four of Cups, for me, talks about having more than enough and having plenty. Okay, and kind of like reflecting on that. So if there are any in your environment that have more than enough, that have plenty of lovers, or if you've tried this thing plenty of times, I love that the Thoth Tarot talks about luxury and pleasures. Okay, and the Seven of Pentacles could talk about time and investments or the fruit of your labor. So if you have made investments in situations, I don't know if they're appreciated if somebody has more than enough. It can also talk about breakups, right? Someone taking your love for granted and illusions. Okay. Some of you guys, because Mercury started a few weeks ago, and now we're in the retrograde, you may have noticed that things that took off a while back are kind of now simmering down, or there's something about options, ignoring the options, being stubborn, or kind of hungover from that drunk in love kind of energy. It also talks about hesitation. So some of us may be hesitating to do something for the better or worse in our love sector, because the Seven of Coins also talks about waiting and time. Along with the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Cups could talk about refusal, boredom, And then if you add, like I said, this impulsiveness, and then this healing, and then these memories, right? In the center of the reading, which could be challenging, we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands could talk about moving on, right? And this isn't the Eight of Cups type of moving on, where it was conscious emotions and feelings, because relationships that may bloom during this period lack intimacy, and not sexually, but from an emotional standpoint. They may not be emotionally fulfilling, and you may not even be in the emotional mood. Okay, so that just says that, how you started, you might keep on, and that could be burdensome to some of you, especially if you are dealing with, someone who's stubborn, someone who isn't emotional, or this could be how you're feeling, because I saw the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And it's like, if you are this or they are that, you could be carrying the burdens. And it could be overwhelming. Okay? Could be taking on too much. Stress and anxiety because of too much of something. Could be your investments. Could be of this third party situation, and you're weighing the options on if this is what you truly want. And then, like I said, for others of you, the 10 of Wands, when we did the health reading and when we talked about some of the other readings, and all of these wands seem to be connected near or around that root in the sacral chakra area. These could talk about cords, connections, which may bring up exes, okay, and karmics. I don't know. With Saturn doing his thing, I really wouldn't play with those if I didn't intend playing with them for many more years to come. All right, but it could be an uphill battle or feel like it. Bitterness, sadness, which also fits the thumbnail, right? Because some people refer to Kali Ma as the dark goddess, or the black widow, or something like that. Now, even though that's protective, and if you're feminist or something, it's kind of sexy, but she kind of cut the heads off of her lovers. And something I feel provoked that. There's always something that I feel provokes the villain, right? But successful endeavors because of hard work. So for some of you guys, it's like, I'm not investing my time in nothing that, I've left alone in the past, with the Four of Cups, which talks about abandon, or that anybody who ain't dealing with me, I'm not dealing with any of that. So you may be working steadily on self. Okay. Now, because it's in a challenging position, it could also talk about adultery and betrayals, unfaithful lovers. Okay. And releasing burdens with new awareness. Just, why did I whisper that? Because it's like, I don't want to be in people's business like that. But I'll definitely pull some clarifiers in the extended. So here we have the Three of Cups and the what you need to know, or the possible lesson. And I'll let you see it. Some of you, it's harmony, balance, working together. It may have something to do with money, right? Where I have been in situations where I was perfect. And it's like, why should I say perfect? Because I just thought about it. I may have been in situations, and mind you, this is not the current energy for me, but I'm just telling you based on this card and my intuition, there could be some situations where we have moments of opportunities to do work with others, right? I don't care if it's a musical collaboration or an idea, okay, of some sort. Me and this guy one time thought about creating some watches, He was kind of cute, and I was kind of bored. And before I could even start that, it stopped where it started. And it's crazy because that would have been a lesson to learn. Because let's just say he's not really what I want romantically. And if I had overly indulged in that, then there goes those situations that were supposed to be something else that we tried to make something else. Now, the Three of Coins also talks about someone getting a bigger piece. And I wanted to close up so you knew that it's like not me or my presumptions or whatever. This is a man. And then here is two ladies with their little pieces of the pie. And he's holding the big piece of the pie. Moon energy in this, as well as the Hierophant. Okay. Something could have been proposed. And I think somebody done jumped the ship on it. Or maybe reflecting on that. Okay, because this is also the card that kept coming up with proposals, offers, engagements. You're engaging. Something's being brought to the table. And now you can, I don't know what it is, but you know what it is. What was that was brought to the table? Because For 4 cups and 10 wands to come out, baby, I don't think this is what you want. And I do find it with these cards, what it says, to be sort of a burden. For others of you, this could be hard work ahead, some fruit of your labor paying off. For those of you that, have migrated through the transits, taking heed to your own personal growth, connection with source and intuition, as well as all that we've discussed. Kind of like finding, following your guide, and you good, right? So let me see. In the past, it may have something to do with a man, honey, or some money, right? The man about the mule. I don't know. If this is where we leave off, Pisces, I appreciate you for tuning in. Others of you, I will see you on the other side as we continue this reading.